when we consider other eventualities. Bingham playing Ding is a very key factor also in this round about how it might affect Stevens' ranking were he to continue in the sport. More about that anon, but however, back we go to O'Sullivan-Murphy.
Well, Ronnie wasn't gone long, as we say, or Steve Davis referred to it. When Shaun Murphy potted frame pink there, he walked out with his cue, which is unusual, but he wasn't gone an extra ordinary length of time, so it doesn't appear to be any work having been done on the tip or anything like that. Just trying to be careful here when you play that shot. You cover the red that's in the top half of the table, and the brown looks to have done that.
Great pot. And he just seems to be growing in confidence here, Shaun. Just the start he was looking for today, winning the opening 2 frames. It's a trademark long pot.
Four.
There's your long pot success. Shaun Murphy 60%. Ronnie very low for him. Mind you, having said that, he was 18% after the first session and still led 6-2.
$12. 13.
Well, looks like he's left himself the angle to pot the black and go into the pack. As a choice, and he could play around the angles or just drop this in for the red in the centre, but this he's decided to do. Or at some point he's going to have to split the pack up. May decide to go up for blue now.
20.
And do it off that. I think he's just having a little look to make sure there's no plants into the corner, so when he does split the pack up, he doesn't pot a red. Always wise.
$21.
Well, you won't be getting into the pack after that one. So it's pot blue. Stun the red in, leave an angle on the green by the look of it.
Yes, as you say, I mean, he's not left this red easy. If he pots it, it will be on a baulk colour.
27.
Good pot. Well, maybe a little bit straight on the green, a little bit thin on the blue, in all honesty. But he has to go into them off one of the colours. So it's the green side cushion. Can he inject enough pace into this cue ball? He's made a contact. And he's found a red.
Well, he's looking like it's pretty tight, but he deserves to be on one. He's come too straight on that green, really. Need more of an angle to generate a bit more power, but he's looking like this is pretty tight, and it is.
Well, just looking down the line, it looks like he can pot it to me.
I disagree with you, John. It was a lot easier when he played it. Played it with a bit of right-hand side just to run around the angles, but Didn't look like it was a problem when he got down. Once again, though, going to need a good angle off this red.
Yeah, as you say, when he was on the
38.
green, a little bit too straight and couldn't generate enough pace in the cue ball to release more than 2 reds. So he's going to have to disturb something again here to keep it going after this red. Needs a good angle on the colour.
39.
And that's not too bad on the blue, although a little bit thinner than he would have liked, but that makes the cannon easy enough. But we've seen so many times of this type of shot, it makes the blue missable.
Yes, and consequently, because the angle on the blue was too acute, he couldn't get
44.
any pace into it again. And this time, even though 2 reds have been moved, he's not on either of them. Just gone too far up the table with the cue ball there for that blue.
Yeah, I also think he thought, John, whatever you do, don't miss the blue. So it's end of break. 44-point lead. And a safety
Murphy,
shot that has
44.
opened up all the reds. So Ronnie O'Sullivan got a problem here. He's got to get this safe. Otherwise, he'll have lost the 3rd frame of this 2nd session.
Yes, it's a very high quality match play at the minute from Sean. He didn't make the break he was looking for, but he hasn't wasted that shot. Put Ronnie in lots of trouble. Yes, he's forcing them into mistakes. He had to take that on. Didn't have any alternative.
Yeah, what was worrying, of course, he was forced to take it on, but he's hit the red on the complete wrong side. I think he can just get through to this red. May have to turn the red over with a little bit of left-hand side on the cue ball. Oh, honestly, Ronnie could have left something easier than this. But I think he can just get through to pot it, and if he can play position on the black. Well, would you believe it? Would you believe it?
And that's one of those rare instances where a bad shot from you has stuck you in the balls, because he got away with that there, Ronnie O'Sullivan. That obviously was very tight.
1.
And now here he is, the top end, with the black at his mercy.
And this is a little bit of a test now for Ronnie.
8.
There's only the one awkward red.
9. 16. 17. 24. 25.
Quick glance at the scoreboard. 19 points behind now. This red that's tight against the right-hand cushion is a slight problem.
32.
And I'd rather be playing on it sooner rather than later.
33.
Nicely on the blue. May decide to play on it now. He needs it. That's what he's got to do, and it's a nice way of judging it. Just concentrate when you pot the blue, just to bounce off the cushion a fraction. Doesn't want to be straight. Needs to bounce a touch. That's nice, because he can play for the... Well, I'm saying he could play for the pink, but I'm not certain where the pink goes when it's respotted.
I'd like to screw this one back for the blue, really. With that red being above towards blue, I think that's ideal.
So the awkward red caught with nicely.
44.
Points are level.
45.
You're always going to get twists and turns in a match, and Shaun Murphy will be thinking, well,
50.
When Ronnie missed, he should have left me an easier chance than he did.
51.
But I thought he could get through, and obviously Shaun did. This was the Ronnie miss, as I say. It's completely on the wrong side. Got the double kiss. Ronnie would have been walking back to his seat that he'd lost the frame.
56.
It didn't turn out that way.
58.
Yes, and here's Shaun's where he's just clipped the first red. Couldn't quite get through after all.
61.
But Ronnie O'Sullivan's taken these like he's been in the club. He's run round and knocked everything in with great fluency. And this has been a very important
65.
frame, but you'd never know it the way he's taken these.
Yes, we wondered what he was going to produce, and he's produced an immaculate clearance. OK, you can say you can have a bit of luck, but
70.
I'm sure all of you have watched this game over the years. The run of the ball can swing one way or the other. If it goes your way, take it.
And the frame.
And Ronnie O'Sullivan did exactly that. Bit lucky to get away with it, but Shaun Murphy made a mistake when he was in. Ronnie took full advantage and now opens a three-frame lead. 7-4.
And that has halted Murphy's momentum for the time being. Back there in just a moment, but on table 1, frame 11 has gone Selby's way as well. And would you believe it? Oh yes, another century. Here he is on his way to a 127, and it's his 5th century of this match. It's the 3rd time he's made 5 centuries at the Crucible in a best of 25 frames match. That equals the record here at the Crucible. 5 men in total have done it. And would you believe it? It's his 53rd century of the season. Appropriately enough, it equals Stephen Hendry's record of 53 in one snooker season in 94-95. So that is a significant moment. Now, when we're talking about the world's rankings, I alluded to them earlier on. As of today, this is the look of the top 16. Now, Mark Williams is back at number 1. Now, there are 3 men, Williams, Selby and Ding Junhui, who can all become number 1 by the end of the season. John Higgins cannot, even if he were to win the world title. So it's between these 3 men to see who will own the number 1 spot. But look down towards the bottom of the top 16. You'll see Stephen Hendry precariously hanging on there. Stuart Bingham in at number 17. Now, Stuart Bingham is up against Ding Junhui in the round 2 match here. Were Stuart to beat Ding, then he would go into the top 16. This is, of course, if Stephen Hendry were not to overcome the deficit that he's currently facing against Selby. So there is an awful lot at stake in this 2nd round of the World Championships. Hendry clinging on there. Stuart Bingham certainly hoping to get in there. And the race for number 1 spot is very much alive.